Welcome to the Ladies Lounge. I am your host, Erica Kane, the big one, not the little one. Don't you forget it. And today we have a special guest. I'm so excited. Her name is Aaliyah. Okay? And so, I'm going to tell you the topic first before I let her introduce herself. So, we're talking about crystals and rocks and the negative connotation that it has amongst the black community. Excuse me. But I'm gonna let her tell about herself, how y'all can reach her, what her business is, all that good stuff.
Well, yes. Hello, my name is Aaliyah Gilmore. I am the owner of Give More Love Creations. I have been in business for 3 years now, and you can find me on Instagram at Give More Love Creations, or you can add me as a friend on Facebook at Aaliyah Gilmore. And yes, and you can also find me at local pop-up events such as Bernie's Garden, or sometimes at the Billion as well. So you can find me at local events in Little Rock too.
Okay, I just love that play. I just caught it. Give more. Give more love.
Mm-hmm.
I just got it.
Yes.
I just got it. That was like
Yes.
ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. I like
Yes.
that. So, okay, so let me tell you, because we just met.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited about that. But I met her at an event, and let me see, can y'all see this? So I had a wand. What tip? Because I always call it a wand. What is
So
it
you can
called?
call it a wand, but that's Celine night. So if you can call it a wand, basically,
Okay.
yeah.
And mine was like probably about that long. It was really long. And I had lost it. And I told her, I said, you know what? Because I kept on saying I was going to go back up to Conway and get one. I am going to get one. But I purchased a set from Aaliyah. But we started talking because I was like, ever since I lost it, and it's really the story on how I lost it is unbelievable because it shouldn't be lost. But ever since I lost, I felt a little different. I things hit a little different, right? And I knew that, but that's like something that's hard to talk about just in general with regular people because you're like, oh, you don't supposed to give that much to a stone or a crystal. And I'm not saying I'm giving it that much because this is supposed to draw out negative energies and feelings.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what I was told, and that's why I purchased it. So what I would do if I'm having a negative, I take it, I hold it, I rub it, I take it all over, say positive things. Why I do that, whatever, and I feel like it's gone. I'm okay, right? And so I know some people might be like, well, why you just don't pray? People try to make it so
Mm-hmm.
demonic,
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But when I sit down, I say, "Oh my God, let me get this little thing," because I miss
Yes.
my one. I am going up to Conway. I can't remember the shop, and she gonna get me. But it's on Chestnut Street up there in Conway. But anyway, so first of all, I know I did all that to do. How did you start this business and why?
Well, I started my business back in 2020, of course, during the pandemic, and I was getting laid off from my job. And I also, during that period, I had a lot of time at home because, of course, we couldn't go nowhere. And I've always had this, I guess, struggling feeling inside of me when it came to religion. I guess I could say Christianity because that's what I was raised to be a Christian, of course, as in every black home. And I guess I took out time at home to realize with myself, like, as a child, I've always had this feeling every time I would go into church that I did not belong there. And I could never just explain that to other people or even adults because, of course, I'm a child. So, but yeah, so I couldn't explain that.
You gotta
So,
stay in the child place.
so yeah. So as I gotten older and tried different churches as I'm trying to find basically my church home that I feel free in. I can feel free to learn about God, learn about Jesus, and free to at least know about myself, learning and worshiping as well. I could feel like I couldn't find that in my young adulthood. So when 2020 came again, I did a lot of research to basically wonder, why do black people, how do we know Jesus?
Right.
Who introduced Jesus to us?
Mm-hmm.
Where did Christianity come from? Why do we, where did it come from? So again, reading takes you places outside of everything else that you know. Because I know a lot of people, I think they're afraid to question God when it comes to going outside of the church or going outside of their pastor has taught them. Mm-hmm. So I just, like I said, just all the times in my hands, I just did a lot of reading, and I've known about crystals, but I didn't know the spiritual and benefits of them. Mm-hmm. So once I learned about them, just basic crystals like what you have, like rose quartz. Rose quartz is one of the first crystals that was introduced to me because it's a love crystal, the ultimate love crystal. So doing that, starting with the rose quartz, it just opened up a whole door of other things, knowing that crystals have been here since the dawn of time. It's just not a new thing, not a new trend. Crystals have been here when Jesus was here. Mm-hmm. What people don't understand. Mm-hmm. The Bible talks about crystals, and which I never knew that until I've done my own research. So basically, I started my business by practicing just making jewelry, for one, because I was just learning how to wrap, and I learned the benefits of using copper as well, because the Egyptians wore a lot of gold and copper for royalty status and benefits of health as well. So I tied all of that in together and started Give More Love Creations. It's really just, I started by picking apart religion and finding what spirituality really means to me and what religion really means, and just combining it all together.
Yeah, because there's definitely a difference. I always say religion is more of a traditional control mm-hmm. situation.
Yeah,
right.
It is.
And spirituality is everything. The whole universe past one train of thought and one train of teaching, right? Mm-hmm. And so with that, I think it's really hard. And this is what I don't understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying nothing negative about the Bible. Mm-hmm. You ask me all day long, great stories to live your life by. Mm-hmm. And all other religions have great stories, which they all, if you ever pay attention, they all mimic each other.
Yes.
Just different,
mm-hmm.
whatever. But,
they do.
Right? So we're going to leave it at that. So I don't want nobody to think down in Christianity. Mm-hmm. But for me, I believe spirituality is what is all lies in black people from the jump, because we were the first people of color, was the first people on the earth. Mm-hmm. So my question has always been for people, Christianity was first taught to control and to take away the slaves out of Africa. Yes. That was our first African American, our ancestors' first coming to Jesus moment was them taking the slaves out of Africa and trying to colonize Africa. So it's very hard for me when people don't see the importance of crystals, because at some point in time these things work. Things work for our ancestors that they took away from us and said, you damned to hell if you practice or do certain things. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
And I think a lot of times over the years that it's come to black magic or witchcraft in a negative way. Witchcraft can be good in a good way. Everything has a negative connotation.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for me, it's being like the struggle is I'm starting to work more in my spirituality. It's not becoming difficult, but it is like a challenge to what do I hold, what do I keep, what do I say, look, this is not it, because just like you, some things just don't it just don't add up for me with Christianity, because it's such a controlling, binding thing when you really break it down and look at it. And I know everything has its goods and bads to it, but I do like some of the things that the crystals bring: comfort, peace, things like this. So I'm like, baby, anything that bring peace into this chaotic life of mine, honey, I'm holding on to it.
Yes.
I already said, I told you I was been on 10 all day.
Yes.
I'm happy to see you. Okay, you got this. I'm gonna call it a simple kit. Is it
Yeah,
what you
that's
call-
yes. It's a beginner's kit.
It's a beginner's kit. And so, can you? You already said this is love. And what are some of the things you can? The rose quartz is love. What are some things that you would do with this
To
stone?
set the intentions.
Yeah.
So basically, with that, I would hold. First, you have to hold your crystals in your hand, and you can either pray over it or you can say affirmations, saying, "Oh, I am full of love," like something simple like that, or "I am love," and hold that in your hands, and you can say your affirmations or say your prayer over that stone. And then once you set your intentions in that stone, you can either keep it in the corner of your house, keep it in your pocket. I wear mine in my bra sometimes. And yeah, that way that crystal is now charged and has your intention in it. That's all that it's going to do. It's going to bring you that love inside of you, bring you somebody to love you, or just bring love into your home in general. So that way nothing else other from that intention is going to break that crystal away from that. So that's all it's going to focus on, is that your intention is love or happiness or self-confidence, because it can bring you all of that. So really it's just you putting your energy into the crystal.
And so I love how you said you set your intentions in that you can pray. Crystals can be used in conjunction with your regular religious beliefs.
Oh yes, because like I said, crystals are mentioned in the Bible. They're mentioned in the Bible at least 3 times. I know for Aaron's armor, it was used. They used 12 stones to create Aaron's armor. So one was black onyx, which is a protective stone. Another amethyst, which is this purple stone here, and lapis lazuli, and it also has selenite as well on Aaron's armor. So that's in the Bible too. Also in Revelations, when they described the wall in heaven, it was built out of those stones too. They had jasper, jasper, black obsidian, black onyx. So crystals have been here as long as Jesus has been here. Jesus used it, Joseph, Aaron. God appointed these stones to be used only for spiritual purposes. That's what they're here for. That's why they're made from the earth. God is the earth, so we should use everything that's on the earth that God appointed us to use.
Okay. That was a quote. That's going to be a good clip, ain't it? Producer over there. So this is a great starter kit that you would say, because we got protection, we got love, and we got the removal of negative energies and thoughts. Okay. So, how do you use your crystals every day? Or do you use them multiple times a day, or just when you feel the need?
For me personally, I use them when I feel the need. Like right now, I'm wearing one of my rings. I have tiger's eye and garnet. So tiger's eye is great for strength. So it gives you strength and courage. and garnet is a balancing grounding stone. So today I felt like I needed strength and courage to because this is my first time doing a podcast.
You're doing great, honey.
Thank you. And I needed a garnet for balancing and grounding because I've also had a long week as well. So I needed all that together. So I use mine as needed. Now in the beginning, I did use mine every day when I was learning about them because I wanted to, of course, you test to see if these things actually work and to see what it's all about. So like I said, keep them in my bra, my pocket, especially when I used to work in call centers talking to different people.
Lord.
I would keep some.
Is something else, ain't
Oh yes, I would keep some black onyx on me for protection on them calls. So I use mine when I feel they're needed, and I also keep them charged and ready for when I need to use them as well. But you can use them in everyday practice if you feel like. If you pray every day, I will keep amethyst on me every day because that way amethyst, it helps you connect to your higher being faster, and you can get your answers clearer than what you're asking for. So I would keep amethyst on me every day. So, but yeah, you can use them however you feel best is needed.
Okay. Which stone, which crystal is you think everybody should have one? Like, definitely a game changer.
I think everybody should have tiger's eye and amethyst. Those two to me, like I said, well, tiger's eye it has a lot of properties to it. Strength, prosperity, it wards off negative energy, and it also is a grounding stone too. So I think everybody should have a tiger's eye either sitting in their car, in their pocket, in their wallet, because like I said, it brings prosperity. So if you keep that in your pocket, you'll keep money in your pocket. And yeah, and then with amethyst, like I said, it's a great prayer stone. I always say that's a prayer stone or you can use it for meditation. A lot of people may not pray. You can use it for meditation if you're also trying to meditate and talk to your higher being. It's just a great stone to keep you level-headed because it keeps you out of the fog in your head. Because if you're like me, I'm an overthinker. So it keeps you out of your head in a good way.
Okay, babe, I'm going to have to add.
So I think these are two crystals that I think everybody should start off with, the amethyst or a tiger's eye. And of course, I also want to throw in the basic clear quartz. Clear quartz is a great stone for positivity. It's ultimately for positivity, but it's also great for warding off bad people in general. I know a lot of people say, these can ward off bad energy, but clear quartz really does the trick of getting rid of negative people. It will start getting rid of them a little fast too. Like they'll drop like flies.
We just had a conversation about when you ask for negative people to, leave out your life. Mm-hmm. It always happen with a moment. Mm-hmm. But see, you don't realize that you already said that, and you be like, I can't believe this happening.
Yep.
But it's really what you asked for.
Yep.
It's just
power in the tongue.
Yeah, the exposure is definitely gonna be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you. But I just had a conversation about that. You asked for it, it's gonna happen.
Yes.
Anything, power in the tongue, and a lot of people ask for success. And it don't look like, and it don't feel like you want it to feel.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people ask for a lot of different things, and so now, recently my thing just let me be able to withstand whatever coming, cause I don't know, cause I didn't ask for some things. Once I got it, I didn't want it.
Yeah.
You know how they go. Mm-hmm. So when you first came about this in 2020. Did some of your friends or family members like, girl, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Like, oh my God,
yes.
We're gonna put you on the altar?
Yes, definitely. Especially when I started to, I guess, put two and two together, like going back to the history of Christianity. We were taken for what we known into something that we did not know.
Right.
Now, granted, all of our ancestors were not practicing hoodoo, voodoo. Mm-hmm. All of us weren't practicing that back in Africa. But some of us was. Right. Or knew of it. So once when Christopher Columbus and his goons came over and took us and brought us, some of us here, because some of us was already here, but brought some of us from Africa here, we lost all of our common knowledge when it comes to our culture and our spirituality and how we presume God. Because at the end of the day, if you are a hoodoo, voodoo, or you just believe in crystals, then you also know that there's only one God.
Right.
You're only praying to one God at the end of the day. Yes, there are other entities that go into it, but at the end of the day, we know that there's only one God. So, but yeah, so just breaking down that history and telling, other people that, well, like you was telling me earlier before the cameras came on, I don't know if I want to call myself a Christian anymore. That's what I would tell people. I don't know if I want to call myself a Christian anymore.
Yeah.
And that's blasphemy. How dare you? You're black and you're saying you're not a Christian? Oh my God.
If my mama watching right now, she praying for me right now.
Same, yes.
We had this conversation all the time, and it's, I just know everybody has, I call it spirit. Some people call it the good angel or your with something along the way is helping you, right? And I hate when I hear people say I did this all by myself, or because something inside of you is guiding you. And I feel like this spirit, and I say this all the time with my, I be like, oh, spirit told me this, spirit ain't never told me nothing wrong.
Yep.
Never ain't told me nothing wrong. It's sometimes what spirit tell me hurt. Sometimes what spirit tell me make me want to cry, but it ain't never ever been wrong. So when you, I have a relationship with it, and so some people like once again, not trying to say nothing about church, but I don't feel like I have to go sit in the church and listen to a man. This is a man. People put all these titles and expectation on a man. Right? That man can't get me into heaven. That man can barely get himself into heaven, because we see. So my thing is, everybody in the church is just like everybody in the world. How the church try to split it, you the church or you the world. Everybody in the church is the world. So when I say expectation, you see pastors cheating on their wives. You see pastors, and I don't even think nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying they having homosexual relationships. Do what you want to do, but the things that you preach about, not. They are that, and they fall under it because they just a man. I want to have the connection with the spirit, not the man. I don't need to go through the man to get to the spirit. Yes. That's all I'm saying, Mama, if you're listening, because I know you are. That's all I'm saying. We got to take a break, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to pick up right where we started. I'm so happy you're here. And let me tell you something, my heart is so, girl.
Oh, I'm so happy
it really
to hear
is.
that.
Yeah, I'm better. Okay, good. I'm better. I feel so much better in life right now. Welcome back to the Ladies Lounge, y'all. I hope y'all have already taken the time to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell, ding, 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 get notified. Okay, so we're going to jump right back in this. So I left off saying, how do I, we both said our families be kind of like, So now that you've been doing this for 3 years, and I'm sure you have taken out the time to educate your peoples. Are they feeling the same way, or how?
So now I will say I'm thankful to have a mother she's very open-minded. So she's not stuck in the box how most of our Christian mothers are. They, everything we say outside of God, that's demonic, that's witchcraft, that's the devil, all that stuff. So luckily I didn't have to go through that too harshly, I would say. But still, some things, like when I introduced crystals, she would say, well, so where did that come from? And, I educate her and told her, like, well, crystals are from the earth. So if God didn't want us to have it, why did he make them? You know,
Exactly.
why did God create them? Yeah, yeah.
That's how
It's
I
an
feel about
herb,
weed.
and that
Yeah.
also goes into that's part of hoodoo. Honestly, weed is a herb. So in the Bible, it says we are supposed to use all the herbs that God has left for us here. Weed is one of them. People smoke weed. Some people smoke weed for religious beings, like Bob Marley. He used to smoke at least a pound a day because he said they helped him pray and be closer to God. So
Ooh, that's a lot of weed.
yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm not saying you gotta go smoke a pound
That's
a day,
a lot.
but some people do use weed in their meditation or to pray so they can hear God more. Basically,
Yeah, I can believe it. But they a lot of drugs, especially with shrooms and
Yes.
stuff. You know that people talk about their trips and all that.
Yes.
And, so what are some of the tools that people can research for themselves?
I will research. Well, I will like incense and smudging. That's the number one thing I will research first because I have heard growing up, incense are the devil as well, or that is blasphemy as
Just
well.
the incense you buy from the gas station?
Even gas station, Walmart, you're not supposed to have incense in the home if you're a Christian.
I ain't never heard of that.
Again, if Christians will refer back to the Bible that they love to boost up, it says that in Leviticus, it says that frankincense was used as an offering to give to God. When you want to, again, offer a blessing or ask for a blessing or offer something to God, they would light frankincense in the temple, in any temple. So, yeah, I will research. First thing I will research is using smudging tools. I know a lot of people go to sage and say, oh, sage is what you're supposed to use to cleanse your home and everything like that. So,
baby, I got a story about the sage. Let me tell you something. And you know, you just hear people that okay, yeah. So I just started burning the sage in the house. I ain't opened up no windows, no doors, and I knew like it was like that because they told me okay when the negative and the bad spirits is gonna leave. Baby, I almost fell to my knees. I thought I was the bad. I said, oh God, it's me. It's me. I am the bad. Oh Jesus, like for real, like I can't even explain it. It was, I could breathe, but it felt
you
like.
You started to choke a little bit.
I started to choke and my whole body like just went weak. Look, if you're going to burn the sage, open up some. I don't know what it is.
Really, even if it's frankincense, myrrh, anything that you're going to smudge, open up the windows. Because smudging, at the end of the day, means that you're trying to rid of something. You're trying to cleanse your space. So in order to cleanse it, make sure it gets out, you got to open up that window, or else it's just going to go everywhere. That's what they're doing. They're dancing everywhere.
Spiritualist, she was like, I had got it all agitated, and it was just attacking around. That's why I literally fell to my, like I was being attacked with nothing. I said, I'm about to kill myself up here.
Yeah. So, and that's why I was finna say sage. I know it's the number one thing everybody uses. Now that I've done my knowledge on sage, I would like to promote people to look at other smudging tools. Because sage, for one, is becoming extinct. It is a Native American herb that is used for smudging still, but it's becoming extinct. Excuse me, my words, but it stinks. So I would use, like I said, frankincense, myrrh, even a white candle can banish bad spirits as well. So I will start with researching smudging. Then I will research, again, how did African Americans come across Christianity in general? Because if it wasn't for me starting there, because I feel like that's the basics. You have to at least know why you worship Jesus or why you call yourself a Christian. Not because your mama, your grandma, your great grandma, your great auntie, all y'all was in church singing. You have to know why you, as an adult, worship this religion. So that brings in my books. If anybody wants to know the history of Christianity, or at least know the history of hoodoo, or why African Americans did not start off with Christianity, these two books would definitely be good to go for. This first one is called Mojo Working. You can find it on Amazon. It breaks down the history of Christianity, how we were the slave trade, how it erased basically most of our culture, and it breaks down the history of hoodoo and voodoo and how it became demonic in the Western society. And then Root Work as well does talk about the history of African Americans leaving their traditional roots as well. You can find both of these books on Amazon. I can drop a link somewhere if anybody wants to find it. But these two books I feel like are a great beginner of who wants to, dissect Christianity. That's the word I'm looking for. Dissect religion and Christianity and African American culture. These two books are definitely the go-to. I feel like they're great. Even if you don't want to practice hoodoo, or you don't want to practice African spirituality or African traditional religion, you can still be a Christian and read this. I just feel like everybody should know the history of why they're worshiping something.
I do too. And so they'll be y'all will be able to find the books if y'all want to. What have been some benefits personally from you for you since you started this journey?
I feel free. I guess I know that sounds cliche, but I don't feel confined to a box. Cause again, like I said, usually when people look at black people, they already know, oh, you worship Jesus. You know, you Baptist, you're Kojic, you're something under that umbrella because you're black. And when I tell people, I'm like, well, I don't call myself a Christian, they're taken aback. So I enjoy the freedom of learning on my own and learning who God is on my own. Because ever since 2020, and I took that courage to break away from what pastor is saying or what my grandma and mother is telling me, I feel like I'm finally taking charge of my spiritual growth and how God wants me to recognize him or her, whatever, because God doesn't have a gender. But that's another topic. But yes, but
and if he did, he'd probably be female.
Well, see, again, that's another topic. I'm gonna sip on
Yeah,
now.
that's another topic. They ain't ready for that because I'm just gonna say everything is female producing.
Yes.
Everything. I'm flowers, animals, everything. But there's something else. Even the plants. So,
Yes.
yeah, if it was
Even weed. Back to weed. The weed that people when you try to grow your own weed farm, it's all female plants. All female. You cannot produce with male plants.
Yeah. But that's another topic, and I'm gonna leave it to when I get up there. I'm gonna say, hey, like I told somebody else one day. When I get, I'm like, what do you want to be called? Because what is the name that you want? Because I always say let people, for me, lives, okay? Whatever help you through the next day, be here productive, not harming anyone or yourself. Let people have it. We don't know what happens on the other side.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know who we gonna face on the other side, and we only got one life to live, and it's very, very short. So please find something that can help you and not to be sad, depressed, miserable on this side, because life is worth living, but it is hard. Nothing is easy, and so I'm feeling really encouraged. I really needed this with the week and the time that I didn't have, nor here nor there, because life is life. Everybody got a story to tell. Praise them. Everybody got a story to tell. So, what do you see? How do you see yourself in the future carrying on with this business and growing more into the knowledge of your spirituality? What do you hope to gain from all this besides being free? Because your smile is free. I feel free off you. I do. So.
Well, of course I want to have a brick and mortar business. I've always wanted to have a storefront or a nonprofit to where it gives back to my community, and I feel like my business is starting that up by helping others not feel confined to religion and realize that you don't have to go by just what everybody else is doing or what you were told. If you feel like God is taking you to another direction when it comes to your spirituality, then follow it. Rather, your mother is backing you, your family is backing you, friends, follow that, because you're going to feel, I wish I could describe that feeling I used to feel, but you're going to feel out of place, like for a very long time when it comes to that. And that's just how I felt growing up. And that's not a good feeling to feel. So I feel like if you really truly believe in God, then you should know that God does not want you to feel bad like that at all. Mm-hmm. So take that freedom and learn who God is. Learn yourself with God. Learn yourself without God as well. Because, sometimes we get big-headed and we lose our way. Learn yourself without God as well. And once you do realize you need God and you come back.
You're going to come back, baby. You're going to come back. I mean, this will give me with people. And I'm just saying, I always wonder. And I've asked people who say, I don't believe in God. So then I say, okay, what do you believe in? Mm-hmm. And they say nothing. That baffles me. If I can't do nothing but respect you. If you be like, oh, I'm an atheist, I believe, because atheists don't necessarily believe in that. But even if you said, I worship Satan, okay, I'm going to move now. Yeah. But all I can do is respect that. I can't, fight how you feel because I know how I feel. Mm-hmm. And another thing for me, I believe in God. I believe there's a creator of all. He got multiple names. He said that in the Bible. His name just might be Buddha too. I don't know. We don't know. We ain't there, but I'm sure some people will argue with their face, and that's fine.
Jesus has a lot of names.
Exactly. But I also believe in ancestral guidance. Mm-hmm. That is a real thing. And I know it to be real because it's been real for me. Mm-hmm. So with all these things, it's more than just a box for me, And a lot of people, this could be new to a lot of people. A lot of people, they don't, a lot of people in general put you in a box, right? Yes. So they take a snapshot of who they think you are and they run with it. Because I have a lot of people like, you spiritual? Yeah, bitch, I am. And I cuss you out too. I'm all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Duality.
Because this how it was made. Mm-hmm. But I do respect everybody believes in their religion. Hey, you might believe something I'm totally against. I'm just going to move on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, how don't you believe in nothing?
Yeah.
That has always baffled me.
Yeah,
about
I
people.
Can't explain
and I don't know if y'all watched The Young Shelton. Have you seen that?
I've seen some episodes. I haven't dived into it.
And I seen the episode yesterday, and I was like, oh, this is just what we talking about. What made me think about us today. So Shelton don't believe in God. He's scientific, fine, whatever. But his dad had like a premonition of the end of the world type of speak situation. Mm-hmm. But at the end of that moment, Shelton started praying to God. So that's why I always wonder, people, if you don't believe in anything, you probably really do believe in something. The moment for it to show just haven't happened for you. Because, Shelton's just a little boy. And yeah, his mama's a really church-going lady. So he's raised. But he always defied like, no, God's not real, because he's a scientist. Mm-hmm. But when he thought it was finna be over, he joined them hands and said a prayer. Mm-hmm. So you better pray to somebody. I don't know. Maybe that person gonna help you through. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, when people tell me they're an atheist, it's just like, okay, well, I don't think we can. Well, I shouldn't close off people like that, but I don't know if we can have a conversation, because even if you're not a Christian, you could be a Buddhist, Muslim, I just feel like you believe in something gives you that motivation to keep going. Like something outside of your body, outside of your kids, outside of wanting a roof over your head. Something has to keep you going spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't see atheists. I don't know. I don't see where they
I mean,
get that.
we could, me and an atheist sit right there and talk about this about it. That's all.
Hmm.
I mean, because it's sometimes in your life, something carries you past you.
Hmm.
If you, and most of them dark places that we don't want to talk
Hmm.
about, that
Yeah.
sometimes we can't even talk about, but something carries you to the next day if you still here. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
And so that's, I'm like, what is it? I don't, I'm not going down nobody forever, whatever. Because I've always, with religion, for me, it's so, it's just really so bad. And I'm not, it's very difficult for me to explain. I guess you would have to know. Like, Catholics, really created the slave trade
Hmm.
and profited millions and millions of dollars off.
They did. You're right. Hmm.
And so I'm like, well, damn. But then I don't want to. I'm just gonna speak the truth. In the Catholics, they had a priest molesting the children, just passed them around, and for people to look past certain things, I get it. I'm not those two things. Well, the molesting of the children, all of them should have been in the penitentiary.
Hmm.
Let's get that right. But I can see people looking over some things that men just do, and my thing is a lot of times we are traditionally addicted to things being wrong but okay in the church. It's okay because, just give an example, pastor cheat on his wife, well, he just a man.
Hmm.
But he the pastor, good God.
Yeah, or pastors doing sexual abusing in
To
the
the,
congregation. We're not
oh
gonna
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
churches, but
yeah, but just all kind of stuff. So and I think they don't understand that they really like hurt people on Christian walk,
hmm.
right? Because we done already said it, and I'm gonna say it again. Because if you just a man and I'm just a woman, but a man,
Hmm.
well, I need to find something for myself.
Hmm.
I don't have to look, but ooh, I think I done beat that one with a horse. But I've said it as many times as I want to. It's my show. But I have really enjoyed you being here.
Yes, I've enjoyed my time here too.
I really enjoyed it, and I'm finna. I finna say go home. I'm probably finna go to the store and say a little prayers and a little meditation with my newfound starter kit.
Yes.
That's what I'm probably finna do. But I finna say something. Well, this is, we at the beginning of the year, and so I'm hoping everybody, 24 so far has been good. And I hope 24 brings everybody prosperity, peace, 'cause 23, it really showed me some things.
Hmm.
23 really showed me some areas that I need to grow as a person.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but it just,
Yeah.
showed me growing as a person. So I'm really going to implement some things this year to make sure personally that my 24 is better than my 23 was.
Hmm.
And that's what life is about, all about growing, evolving, changing for the better, being able to see yourself and what you bring to other people's lives.
Yes.
You just can't be a taker in life.
Hmm.
You have to be a giver. You have to be caring, loving, all that.
That's how God wants us to be. That's
Yeah.
how. That's the image that we're molding into. So we're supposed to give. We're supposed to give, and we're supposed to only not only see love, but when we give our love, make sure that it's put into the right places as well. And even if you don't receive anything back, you're just supposed to make sure that you know that you planted your seed and just be at peace with that.
You know, my biggest problem is, and I give the love, and then I want to dictate how people take the love. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. Then they make me like, well, bitch, I ain't showing no motherfucking love. Because you didn't take my love and do what I wanted you to do with it.
Yes. We all learning.
Yeah. And so this is it. This one, and it's crazy you say that because that's what I was thinking in my head. Like, I got to be a better person. It's really selfish and judgmental and a whole bunch of other things. But I'm gonna do some research. I'm finna dive more into my spiritual journey because I know this where it lies within. Most of all our issues lie within ourselves.
Yeah.
You know.
And who knows, you might go back to Christianity, because I never said I wouldn't never go back to Christianity, because our ancestors, they hid hoodoo practices inside Christianity. That's why it's a lot of things with hoodoo and Christianity come together, like baptism.
Oh yeah.
That's a part of, is go hands in hand. Our ancestors, we used water to cleanse ourselves, and we put our intentions and prayers into water all the time. Even a glass of water, you could put your intentions into it. You could put God in a glass of water and cleanse yourself with that. So that's hand in hand. Communion, even taking offering. Our ancestors have been doing this way before.
They act like on their first Sunday they ain't drinking Jesus' blood. Jesus' blood.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Even, it's all about intentions. If that's what y'all call Jesus' blood, then that's going to be Jesus' blood. The cracker, if that's his bones, that's his bones. Just like I said, back to the crystals. If that's the intention of it, to clear my mind, that's what it is. It's all about intention. Everything has intention behind it. You just have to make sure that intention is good, because everything can be evil. Christianity was used for evil. Hoodoo can be used for evil, and voodoo. So it's just all about your intention and who you are as a person.
Exactly. Tap into who you are as a person and set your intents for what you want to happen within yourself. Baby, this has been one of the best ladies lounges. I hope somebody got something. I hope you got something. Let them know how they can follow you. Tell how they can reach you, honey.
You can find me on Instagram at Give More Love Creations, or you can follow me on Facebook at Aaliyah Gilmore. And again, I'm local. I do local pop-up events. You will see me at Erica's event. I'm going to go ahead and solidify that before I leave here. But I will be at her Galentine's brunch event. So I'll have my crystals there, and I'll be there to answer any more questions you may have too as well.
All right, y'all. Y'all know I'm Erica Kane. You can find me on Facebook under Erica Kane, Instagram, Alluring Elements _teens. You can also find me on TikTok. Under Alluring Elements. All right, 13. Alluring Elements 13 on TikTok. And this has been the Ladies Lounge. I love y'all, and I will see y'all very soon.